Good evening, everyone. Today is August 24th, 2019. It is 52, but feels like 53 here in North Idaho. I'm Jody, and welcome to Moose Flats Farm. Well, today's plan before it rains is I'm going to get the rest of these apples picked, work on getting the rest of the garden cleaned up, and getting my potatoes taken care of. Take you guys along. So, got another 5-gallon bucket, so that's a total of 3. Later this week I'm going to be going up up to my mom and dad's to juice some. So that'll be fun. Get some apple pulp for the fowl. So now it's time to tackle that. But I do have some Scarlet Runner bean pods that still feel viable. So take them down to the house, dry them, and see if they are any good. But that is for a little bit later. Okay. Mama's got the babies. And I've never had an issue with any of my cats and the baby chickens. It's like they know that they're friends, not food. They're so cute. Well, as you can see, got it all clean. Just have to go through and take the garden fork and fork those beds. But just 3 more to go. And that should have been the hardest one to get done, just because it had all the Scarlet Runner beans twirled everywhere. So, making progress. It's just to have all of these unripe tomatoes everywhere. And 2 of the little juvenile hens have made their way into the garden because I left the gate open. They're not going to do too much damage. Wonder if they'll call the rest of their sisters in. And I am down to 1 trellis and a bed and a half to pull the dead out. But that one might be kind of icky. It's going to rain cherry tomatoes on me. Well, now that I got all the upper part down, and it won't be raining tomatoes on me. Got a mess right down there I'll have to rake up. Probably should do that before I just tromp them all into the ground. Well, I got all the trellises deplanted. Got the beds kind of weeded out and everything. Just have to go give them a turn with the forks to get the tomato roots out and the scarlet runner bean roots. They're really deep in there. Oh, I think Yeti got too close to the baby chicks. He's like, I'm just watching. Well, you remember last spring when I was planting the tomatoes and I put eggs underneath them? Well, this one didn't eat all of it. Doesn't stink, thank God, but it did grow nice and big. Well, all the chickens have found out that they can come in here and there's stuff to dig around and play with. And because the ground is so wet because we've had so much rain, I've just decided I'll wait about turning it over because I don't want to turn it into mud. And don't eat my bok choy. You've got all these other stuff. And the little turkey's eating my bok choy. Oh man. But time to go do potatoes. So, gonna bring the potato thing out and sort through them. Had a little drip where some of them were, so they're a little softer, so I'll just take those into the house and run them through the dehydrator, but the ones that are still firm will go into cool storage. And we're going to move undercover because it's starting to rain. Bummer, one of the big ones has got a softer end, but it will be dehydrated and turned into scalloped potatoes. Looks like a little baby doll. Well, the save to dehydrate ratio is more to dehydrate than we're going to be able to save and put in the winter storage. My fault. I put them in the shed and got distracted by other things. But dehydrated potatoes will work. So now I need to go down to the house, get the one in the bathroom and the rest in the sink, get them washed up and in the dehydrator. Okay, so the next part of this video is going to be 3 poorly thought out decisions. First one was using that attachment on my KitchenAid, because all it did was make a mess. Yeah, it kind of sliced them, but it also shredded them. Next bad decision was dehydrating raw potatoes. Yeah, you can't dehydrate raw potatoes. Let me show you an example. They turn kind of, as I drop them on the ground, kind of just nasty looking. Of course, after I realized that they were going nasty, I Google searched it, and yeah, you're supposed to blanch them first and then chop them up and dehydrate them. So my third mistake was I drained all the water off, threw a bunch of them in the oven, and then that just turned into a baked goo nightmare. So gonna have to be doing a lot more thinking and research before I try this one again. That's part of why I'm doing this, is so I can help other people not make the same mistakes, and they can learn from the mistakes I've made, offer me tips if they know of a way to dehydrate potatoes. So, on with the video. I hope you learned something, because I know I definitely did. And since I can't find my mandolin, I'm going to use my trusty KitchenAid to slice up these potatoes. I've already scrubbed them, have them in cold water soaking, and then I'm just going to chop them into the sink into some more cold water, and then get them on the trays in the dehydrator. Well, got them all sliced. Now put them on the trays and figure out what to do with the filthy mess after.
It's such a pretty drive right now into Montana.
Yeah.
Because there isn't a lot of snow close to the road. Well, there wasn't any snow close to the road when we went there. When we were coming back today, there was quite a bit of snow.
We're saying winter storm warning for anyone in a higher elevation. So hunters have to be careful that they don't get stranded, because those roads aren't plowed.
Yeah. Super pretty though, because there's, other than that one area where there is snow close to the road, everywhere else, the close like mountains and hills have no snow. But the ones that are a little farther out, just look like someone dusted powdered sugar over those mountains.
Oh,
so
cool.
pretty. Can I find one of the fucking beverages? Where my mom is.
Hey. Hello? Is anyone in there?
Not at the moment.
Hey, Scary. Fluffy fluff. You know, I'm pretty sure my kitten's gonna be bigger than you are when she's full grown. Meow. Meow.
Oh, guess what I did the other day?
What?
I gave Maverick a bath.
Really? How'd that go?
He loves to be toweled off.
Really?
Didn't fight me, nothing, scrubbed him down.
Probably felt good.
Yeah, got all done and wrapped him up in the towel and started rubbing him on the towel and set him down on the floor, and just like Bella, kept coming back to me to be rubbed off.
Wow.
So try the chili that's in the crock pot. It is a...
Is it spicy?
No, it's a white bean chicken chili.
Smells bomb. What does it remind me of?
Qdoba because of the cilantro.
Maybe that's it. It smells like the pork from Qdoba. The verde pork.
Yeah.
It smells like this. That is amazing.
That
That
good?
is so good. Go to your bed.
Well, for cashier appreciation, we had a cupcake bake-off.
Oh.
They gave us a picture and they said, you need to create this.
Oh.
Mine was unicorns.
Oh.
I won 3rd place.
Nice. Was everyone's the same, or? were they all
Nope,
different?
everyone had completely different ones. Balls and pink balls and white balls on it.
It's okay, keep.
Did you even make a dent in it?
Not really.
Put them in a big bowl, I guess.
Well, that probably wasn't my most brilliant idea because I still have a sink full of potatoes and the dehydrator's full. And yeah, next time don't use that cutting blade on the KitchenAid. Cut them by hand or buy another mandolin. So now I gotta figure out what to do with this stuff and but it's an experiment. Life is an experiment. Gotta try. My elusive child is here. She's already caught one of the juvenile hens. So I had to run down to get the camera because she's over playing with the turkeys. Are you and Turbo having an intelligent conversation?
Oh yeah.
Don't get packed.
What?
Don't get packed.
You're so cute, Turbo. Don't do it.
Almost.
Slippery!
Well, as you can see, that is not good. That is way too close to the pond. So let me see if I can net me a Muscovy. Got one. Whoa, pretty girl. So, she's gonna get a haircut. There you go, princess. Okay, one down, two more to go. And this isn't the only ones that escape. I have a drake that gets out and 3 other hens, but if I can start with these ones. Okay, who else is... Oh my gosh, Valkyrie. You're just a muddy goose. So, I know this little white and brown hen right here in the front. she escapes. So we'll be looking for her. And one of the bigger black drakes. Not those two, because the one that escapes has got the red makeup around his eyes. Ha. Or actually that's a hen. That one right there escapes also. So a couple of them have a number on their to-do list to get a haircut. Anybody else want to come see Mom? Huh? Yeah? Ugh, what an icky mud pit. Net. Because this morning when I got up, there was 5 of them in here, which then stirred all that up, which then made the pond all dirty. But in their defense, this post was knocked over. Having to go around and getting that fence secured again. So, as you can probably see from the pano at the beginning, little changes on the deck, getting ready for the snow to fall. And there was actually 4 mistakes that I made. I should not have cut up all the potatoes at one time, but oh well, it was an experiment. Turned out wrong, but so I hope you all learned something. I hope you have a good day and a good week, and I will see you on Sunday's video. Bye.
Oh.